So for this video, we'll create a simple button, and as part of creating a simple button, we'll show you how you can use left down and left up stimulus in Altia design. If you've watched the deck videos or some of the animation edited videos, some of this will be a bit of review, just creating the button up to this point of stimulus, and if not, it'll be something new and cool for you to see as well. It won't take long up at the front, but I like to kind of review some of the concepts and then introduce something as well. But what we're focusing on is making the stimulus, so this front part I might go a little fast on. We start with two image objects, of course, and we want to put them in a button. And the way we want to do that is just make sure that they share the same physical space. And then, of course, we want a deck, because buttons are made of decks usually. So we drag in a deck and we place it right here. And any deck has a card animation, and we can change that card animation with the roller mouse or with the arrows, or even with the slider here. Well, not with the slider for decks, because it's not a custom. It doesn't have a lower high state, so the slider doesn't work for decks. But what you notice is the deck did, as usual, come with some sample content. We don't want that sample content, so we'll just delete that and make sure we have an empty deck. Alright, with this empty deck, then we're going to take the upstate image object and drag it into card 0, and the downstate image object, drag it into card 1. This basically gets us to the point where we can now start talking about stimulus. All we've done is made a deck with card 1 with the downstate and card 0 with the upstate. Now 33 card for a button isn't a very good name, so let's go ahead and double click this animation name and just go ahead and rename it Audio BTN Press. Now you can see it's affecting the same animation. It's still the deck card animation, we just renamed it there in the animation pane. Okay, so again, just a quick review for if you've seen some of those other videos. Let's shift into talking about stimulus and going ahead and adding stimulus to this to make it a clickable button, because right now it has the capacity to show you upstate and downstate images, but it is not clickable were I to go into run mode. Alright, so let's jump over to the stimulus pane and change that. Let's make this a clickable button. The very first thing we do, of course, is make sure that we have the object selected. And then we choose this type of stimulus we want. For a button, of course, it's going to consist of a left down and a left up. So we choose left down, and we choose whole object for the left down. That just means anywhere within the control handle region here. Alright, now we want this to be blank, undefined, because we want this to happen regardless, not sort of any if condition or enable check. But what we want to affect is that animation name called Audio Button Press. So I'm actually just going to copy and paste this over here. And you can actually sometimes find these in the autocomplete list as well, or you'll find that sometimes when you begin typing it'll autocomplete for you. So there's many ways to do it, not just copy and paste in terms of filling the fields up with the names you want or need. I just wanted to copy and paste to show you another way to quickly get animations into different spots without having to type out the whole thing. Okay, so left down on the whole object, regardless if is undefined, execute auto button press 1, define. That's it. Now if we go to run mode and we click on the object, it sure did change audio button press to 1, but notice it's stuck now because we do not have a left up. So if we then actually create a new piece of stimulus, which is a left up, and we could do whole object, but here's where stimulus theory comes into play. Usually human beings don't remove their finger at the exact spot as they pressed. So what we like to do is create what we call a sloppy up. And this is just a large region, sometimes if you want 10,000 by 10,000. This just allows you to left up anywhere on the screen, and on touch screens this is really important for hardware touchscreens. You let them left up at any point, and that will release the button. But you only want, if you're detecting left up events anywhere on the screen, or anywhere basically with such a large region, you want to make sure to if check that. And what you're if checking is you're making sure that audio button press first equals 1 before you set it back to 0. Otherwise, every button on your screen with the left up event would be firing simultaneously. Alright, so let's go ahead and review what we did. We created a left down on the whole object, which set audio button press equal to 1. regardless, so if equals nothing. Then we created a left up on a rectangular region, large rectangular region, that only set it to 0 if audio button press was already equal to 1. Alright, so in run mode, if we click this button now, sure enough, even if we release away from the button, it does indeed work. So that's button press stimulus in Altia Design.